Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of April 20th. Shocking returns, heartbreaking reunions, and explosive secrets rock Salem. Hello, my fellow Salem faithful. After all these years of chronicling the loves, losses, betrayals, and miracles that define life in this unpredictable town, I still get chills when a new week promises the kind of drama that only Days of Our Lives can deliver. And let me tell you, the week of April 20th is shaping up to be one for the history books. Hearts will be mended and shattered in the same breath, old wounds will reopen, and a few ghosts from the past are about to step back into the light, whether Salem is ready for them or not. If you've been riding this roller coaster with us through every twist and turn, you know that nothing in Salem ever stays quiet for long. So grab your tissues, maybe a stiff drink, Roman's Brady pub special wouldn't hurt, and settle in. Here's everything you need to know about the fireworks, coming your way straight from the heart of the canvas. It all begins with a return that many of us have been waiting for with bated breath. Lonnie Price Grant is back in Salem. After everything she's endured, the pain, the separation, the long road to healing, Lonnie steps off that plane and straight into the arms of Chanel Dupree. Their reunion is nothing short of electric. You can feel the years of shared history, the sisterly bond that has survived so much, crackling in the air the moment they lock eyes. Chanel, who has been carrying the weight of her own struggles, finds a moment of genuine comfort in Lonnie's embrace. But as beautiful as this homecoming is, it won't be without its complications. Salem has a way of testing even the strongest relationships, and Lonnie's return is bound to stir up old feelings, unresolved questions, and perhaps a few new threats that neither woman sees coming. Meanwhile, Stephanie Johnson finds herself leaning harder than ever on Jeremy, much to the growing frustration of those around her, especially Alex Kyriakis. Stephanie has always been the strong, independent woman who tries to handle everything on her own, but lately she's been turning to Jeremy for support in ways that raise eyebrows. Is this just a friendship born of convenience? Or is there something deeper simmering beneath the surface? Alex, watching from the sidelines, can barely contain his jealousy. He's fought hard for Stephanie's heart in the past, and seeing her choose someone else's shoulder to cry on is like salt in an open wound. The tension between these three is building to a breaking point, and when it snaps, it's going to send shockwaves through the Kyriakis and Johnson families alike. Over at the DiMera mansion, the shadows are lengthening once again. Rafe Hernandez and Kat are diving back into the tangled web of the DiMera case with renewed determination. The secrets buried in that family's history run deeper than the Salem River, and every time investigators think they've hit bottom, another layer reveals itself. Rafe, ever the dedicated cop with a heart that seemed too much, is determined to get to the truth, no matter whose name ends up on the arrest warrant. Kat brings her own sharp instincts and personal stake to the investigation, making their partnership a force to be reckoned with. But danger has a habit of following anyone who gets too close to the DiMeras, and this time may be no exception. Then there's Chad DiMera. The moment he returns to Salem with the children in tow, the air in town seems to shift. Chad has been through hell and back grieving, raising his kids, trying to find some semblance of normalcy after losing Abigail. His unexpected reunion with Kat is one of those scenes that longtime viewers live for. Charged with emotion, filled with unspoken history, and loaded with the kind of what-if questions that keep us up at night. Will this reunion spark something new, or will it only remind Chad of everything he's lost? And, as if his plate wasn't full enough, Gwen Ritchek is waiting in the wings with a mountain of questions for him, questions that could unravel carefully guarded secrets and force Chad to confront truths he's been avoiding for far too long. Speaking of secrets, Leo Stark is up to his old tricks again. Never one to stay out of other people's business, Leo has taken to secretly stalking Javi's new girlfriend online. He tells himself it's just harmless curiosity, but we all know Leo better than that. His meddling has a way of snowballing into full-blown chaos, and if he digs up even one juicy detail, it could explode into a scandal that rocks multiple families. Javi may think he's found someone special, but with Leo watching every post, every story, every like, the relationship is already on shaky ground. In one of the most poignant storylines of the week, Theo Carver clings to hope as time continues to pass. He believes, deep in his soul, that his mother Lexi will wake up. That miracle is something the entire Carver family and many viewers have been praying for. Theo's quiet determination, his refusal to give up, is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Every day he sits by her side, talking to her, holding her hand, willing her to open her eyes. Salem has seen its share of medical miracles over the years, but this one feels especially personal. Will Lexi defy the odds and come back to her loved ones, or will Theo's faith be tested in ways he never imagined? Chanel's health issues take a frightening turn this week, forcing Johnny DiMera to step up in a way he never has before. Johnny has always been the charming, sometimes reckless young man trying to find his place in the DiMera legacy, but when Chanel's condition worsens, he's faced with a choice that could define the rest of his life. Will he rise to the occasion and be the man she needs, or will the pressure and the ghosts of his own family's dysfunction prove too much? The love story between Johnny and Chanel has been a bright spot for many fans, but it's about to be tested like never before. Expect raw emotion, difficult conversations, and a few tears as Johnny fights for the woman he loves. Meanwhile, Kate Roberts is playing a dangerous game of deception. She continues to hide from Roman Brady the truth about what she did, to Xander Cook specifically how she stirred up trouble for Johnny. Kate has always been a master manipulator, a survivor who believes the ends justify the means, but keeping this secret from Roman is eating away at her. Roman's trust is not easily earned, and if he discovers what Kate has been hiding, their relationship could be shattered beyond repair. The tension in the Brady household is palpable, and viewers who love these veteran characters will feel every ounce of the anguish as Kate weighs her options. Young love is never simple in Salem, and that's especially true for Tate Black and Sophia. Their latest clash is intense, passionate, and all too familiar to anyone who remembers what it was like to be a teenager caught in the whirlwind of hormones and heartbreak. Words are said in anger, feelings are hurt, and lines are drawn, but in true Days fashion, this fight may actually be the catalyst that forces both of them to grow up a little faster than they expected. When Chad returns, the questions from Gwen come fast and furious. Gwen has never been one to hold back, and her confrontation with Chad is loaded with years of resentment, regret, and unresolved pain. Their history is complicated, messy, and deeply human, exactly the kind of storytelling that makes this show so special. And then, in true DiMera fashion, something or someone unexpected happens to EJ DiMera. The man who always seems to land on his feet is about to be knocked off balance in a major way. The drama reaches a fever pitch when Kristen DiMera slaps EJ across the face in a moment of pure, unfiltered rage. The sound of that slap will echo through the mansion and through the hearts of viewers who have watched these two dance their toxic tango for years. But while Kristen is unleashing her fury, Sophia is quietly waiting in the shadows for her chance to strike. Sophia has her own agenda, her own pain, and her own reasons for wanting to see certain people pay. Her moment is coming, and when it does, it may change everything. Finally, we have two returns that are sure to send the fandom into a frenzy. Joy is back in Salem, bringing with her a fresh wave of energy and perhaps a few surprises of her own. And then there's Alex Kyriakis. Yes, Alex himself will be the surprise no one quite saw coming. His reappearance, or perhaps a new chapter in his story, is loaded with potential for romance, rivalry, and redemption. Alex has always been a character who stirs the pot, and his presence next week is guaranteed to complicate an already explosive situation. Salem is never short on drama, but the week of April 20th feels like the calm before a perfect storm. Old friends reunite, secrets threaten to destroy everything, health crises force impossible choices, and long-buried feelings bubble to the surface. Lonnie and Chanel, Chad and Kat, Johnny and Chanel, Rafe and the DiMera case, Leo's meddling, Theo's hope, Kate's lies, Tate and Sophia's clash, Kristen's slap, Sophia's revenge plot, Joy's return, and Alex's surprise. Every thread is woven together into the rich tapestry that makes Days of Our Lives the enduring classic it is. So mark your calendars, set your DVRs, and clear your schedule. You won't want to miss a single minute. The people of Salem are about to go through the emotional ringer, and we'll be right there with them, feeling every joy, every tear, and every shocking twist. If you want the full, unfiltered experience of what happens next in Salem, make sure to watch our video breakdown. Sometimes seeing the highlights just isn't enough. You need to feel the pulse of the story as it unfolds in real time. Until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay loyal, and remember, in Salem, nothing is ever truly over.